Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bruce Wayne Brackett, and we have another episode just for you of Mythical Creatures. And again, I have no idea what the topic is. So with that, I will turn it over to Teo. First, don't forget to subscribe. This is going to be one heck of a ride.
Thanks for that, Bruce. So for those of you that are just joining us, what we're doing is using the lens of mythical creatures to explore things that are relatable for us in our own journeys. Each journey, each person has their own unique path. But the idea of mythic archetypes are that they repeat over and over and over again throughout time, regardless of the culture or the people. Myth isn't something that is definitely true, but rather something that is always true and repeats. So we're going to try and excavate some useful tips that we can all share, you that are joining us, and of course us too, as we embark on our daily lives. So today's topic is a creature that I absolutely love. I find it fascinating, and that is the Cyclops. Now, maybe not considered one of the most beautiful of mythological creatures, definitely not. But I feel that there's quite a bit of value that everybody that's joining us here today might be lucky enough to come in on. So as we begin, let's thank the ancients for creating these wonderful characters all those centuries and millennia ago that continue to resonate even today. And are you ready for some questions?
Here Cyclops. We go. Okay, here we go.
The Cyclops. Okay. Last one was the unicorn. Not as pretty as a unicorn, maybe, in the eye of the beholder. The one eye of the beholder. Oh my goodness, I didn't even say that. So for those of you that don't know, the Cyclops was a creature that supposedly was born of Gaia and Uranus, and it is a one-eyed, very large, very powerful beast, often known for living alone. What I want to do first is, though, since there are so many things that are considered negative with Cyclops, I actually want to start with one of the positive attributes of the Cyclops, and that is that the Cyclops was a skilled craftsman and a giver of gifts, known for giving Zeus the thunderbolt, Poseidon the trident, Hades the helmet of darkness or invisibility, Artemis and Apollo their bow and arrows. A giver. Can you tell us about a time in your life when you either witnessed someone else being given a gift, or you yourself was given an unexpected gift that became a source of power, either for you or for them, depending on the story?
Okay, so first off, I didn't know any of that. We learn something new every single day. Oh my goodness. A gift that someone has received that I have witnessed.
It can be a physical gift, an emotional gift, a spiritual gift, or the gift of an idea.
I want to say that watching other people show up for themselves in their recovery journey, whether you're recovering from anything really, or just showing up for yourself in general in life and saying yes to opportunities when we may not have felt worthy enough to do so. I think that by sitting back and witnessing other people experience that is a gift, not only to see them go through that, but it's a gift in return to me as well, because that inspires me to be able to open up the possibility to not only see with my two eyes, maybe if I'm closing them, I'm able to see them and access them through my third eye. I think that that is a gift in itself. For myself, the thing that is really taking over my life right now is my recovery journey, overcoming from drugs and alcohol. And by being able to let go and let my higher power take over is a gift in itself. Having those who have gone through it before me, being able to have them shed light and to guide me through that process, even in early sobriety when I didn't quite realize what it was that they were doing for me, is a gift. It was a huge gift, and by that it's providing the rest of my life. So I think that that's one.
That's wonderful. Let's talk about a trait.
And you.
Oh, thanks. And you too, to me. Let's talk about the obvious trait of the idea of the mythological character of the Cyclops, and that is a single eye. Now, with all things, They can be negative or they can be positive. They have both positive aspects and negative. Let's start with the positive. When you have a single eye, actually we're going to change that. We're going to start with the negative. A single eye.
Okay.
Being myopic, missing the obvious dangers that are right beside you, or the obvious gifts that surround you that you just can't see because you're focused on only one thing and missing all that surrounds you.
Yeah, I think that it's good to be focused and have your eye on a goal and on a prize. However, we can become so blinded, we have our blinders up, that we miss all of the other opportunities that surround us that we didn't necessarily even know were available to us. And when we're not open to receiving that can really harm our growth, that can get in our way, and we miss all of those other opportunities. So that's obviously a negative, for sure.
Do you think people miss opportunities to be grateful, especially when they're in the throes of what they see as a problem, or something that actually is a problem, perhaps addiction or anything else? Do you think they miss seeing opportunities to be grateful, or ways to help pull themselves out of that?
Without doubt, yeah, because it can be so easy to. We were having this conversation with someone last night about really just getting in our own way and missing those other opportunities that can come. I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Just, are there moments when people miss things to be grateful for it?
Yes. Oh, right, because we can get stuck on the negative so easily that it's almost like our primitive mind of human beings. That's kind of something that we all are attracted to. We're attracted to chaos, to negativity, to things that are bad. And that's not the case, because there's so much other good and positivity out there that the negativity can consume us. And when we just focus on that, we miss the possibility of the positivity that is also, like I always say, there's a silver lining in everything. So if it's something negative, to step back and look at all of the other things that are possible in the good that is in that. I really believe that with everything negative, there is the yin and the yang. I think that there's the yin and the yang to everything. Where there is darkness, there is light. Where there is bad, there is good. Where there's negativity, there is positivity. So to allow yourself to release that, sure, recognize that there is negativity, because it's unrealistic to ignore it. You can, but that's like brushing the problems under the rug. But when we are able to look at all of the options, that provides us a way out of that negative mindset.
A way out. I love that. That actually takes us into, there is a story that involves the Cyclops where something like that happened. It was when the Cyclops was thrown into Tartarus, which is basically the pit of despair and an abyss. And it was because Uranus was terrified of the Cyclops' strength. I think that's an interesting metaphor, because I think people often, maybe you, certainly myself, where you can become afraid of your own strengths and lock yourself in a pit of despair. And when you're in that, it can lead to negative feelings. So what is the secret to getting out of those pits of despair? What is it? Just to embrace the strength that you have cyclopically not noticed?
Well, I love the pit of despair. It just reminds me of The Princess Bride, the pit of despair.
Yes, of course, yes. I don't think they called it Tartarus, but yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Find one thing that you're grateful for. You've kind of taught me that. Find the one thing that you're grateful for. It can be the air in your lungs, the fact that you woke up this morning, that you made the wake-up list. There's so much opportunity within that, so take full advantage of your day. Doesn't mean you have to do everything right now, but harness that. Take the opportunity to be able to move a little bit forward. Again, kind of going back to the previous question about what the negatives and the positives. if you're able to find one thing that you're grateful for, chances are there's going to be a few other follow-ups that you'll find that you're grateful for. And when you start realizing all of the things that you have and that you're grateful for, you find yourself climbing out of the pit. Realizing that you are not your thoughts, you are more than your thoughts. You were able to change your mindset in any given moment of the day. So there are days where I wake up and I'm just inherently angry and I don't know why. It really takes a moment of climbing out of the pit of despair for me to realize all of the things that I truly have, and that in itself is a huge positive, and it's such a gift.
So one of the traits for the Cyclops that they're often thought of is being stubborn and being abrupt of emotion.
Yes.
Yes. So we've all been there. We've all been stubborn. We've all been abrupt of emotion. When those that are joining us here today, when they're having moments like that, much like we all have, what would you suggest that they do when they're being a bit stubborn or being abrupt of emotion?
Those are opportunities for us to shut up and listen. I don't know how many times I just get in my own way and I think I'm right. You know what? I don't have to be right. You don't have to be right all the time. And when we're able to be humble enough to realize that, without realizing it, this is one of the gifts, it pushes us forward that much more in our growth, in our journey to become better humans, a better version of ourselves. And when we find ourselves being stubborn, really look at the motive of what's behind it. Why are we holding ourselves back in that way? Sure, again, we all want to be right, but you know what? That's not life. That's not the reality of life. I have been wrong many times. You've witnessed it. I've witnessed it in reverse, so realizing to be humble so that you can allow yourself to be better, taking a pause in the moment and just maybe waiting for that next thought to come, that aha, I indeed was not correct, and this is how I'm going to learn from that. And I think that when we don't take a pause and we keep bulldozing forward, we're missing steps, and eventually we slide backwards, and it doesn't help us move forward.
I like that. When you find yourself acting like a Cyclops, take a moment. Shut up and listen.
Yeah, close that eye for a second.
Close that eye. Find some humbleness. I love that. All right, I've got one final thing relating to the Cyclops.
Okay.
And this one is a little bit deep, shall we say.
Ah, crap.
So there is a fable in which the way that the Cyclops offered to give up its second eye and was left with one eye.
Oh.
In exchange, this was a deal made with Hades, so beware.
Ooh. Hades, be gone.
You got to be careful what you wish for. In exchange for the ability to see the future, Hades agreed, took Cyclops' eye, leaving him with one. But the view of the future that the Cyclops got was of his own death.
Oof.
So my question is,
No.
when we project ourselves forward and we see the direction of our life, what is the value in that? Is there the ability to change if we don't like what we see? Is there the ability to continue if we do?
Yes, absolutely. I think it is a beautiful gift to be able to dream, to be able to fantasize what you want your future to be. And when you're manifesting that, chances are you're going to follow that path, and you work hard enough, you show up for yourself, you will achieve those things. And chances are it's going to be nothing like what you imagined. It might be better. What if it's better? But to think that you know the future, to hold on to, this is what it's going to be, and this is what it has to be, and this is what I saw, so this is what it's going to be. We're setting ourselves up for a huge letdown. And that can be really dangerous for us. I've done that many times. So now I like to dream of what my future is going to be, but I'm really receptive and open-minded to the possibility, being willing to change when things aren't working out, or maybe that dream changed and it's not what I want anymore. So being open-minded to all of those possibilities, I think, will allow us to have a much softer landing when we come to find out that we've arrived at our goal. And chances are, when we think we've arrived, we have not, because there's still so much in the future that we cannot predict. The wind can blow left, and all of a sudden our life is different. So being open-minded and receptive to the possibilities is a lot safer than just being stubborn and having the idea that this is how it's going to be. I'm not in control of anything other than what I am right now. So by moving forward with what I have right now, I'm able to take a few more steps and arrive to my future, whatever it might be.
I love that. Thank you for that. Hopefully you found something in your own life where you recognize moments where you are acting like a Cyclops. Now, if it happens to be the monster side of that, that is an opportunity for you to reevaluate those moments and find a way to transform them to the good. And you may also recognize the positive aspects, like being laser focused on a goal, and or being a giver of gifts, whether that is emotional, spiritual, or physical support to someone or another person, another living being, the planet, any of that. So we hope that you found some value. Thank you for your insights. Thank you to our ancestors for providing these wonderful mythological creatures for us to resonate with even today. Isn't that so fun that like thousands of years later, they're
really
still
is.
alive
Yeah.
in our minds, that they've literally transferred from that soul's mind to our own, and now through the interweb to yours from ours. And
Magic. It's
thanks for
crazy.
sitting with us here in the woods, and I'm looking forward to the next one. We're going to take it away from monsters and into another beautiful creature on the next one. Get ready for the beautiful spread wings of the Pegasus.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Thank you so much for joining us. Let us know in the comments what it is that you have learned in this video, and maybe something else of what it is that you would like to see from us in the future. Again, thank you so much for showing up, and please don't forget to subscribe, share, let everyone know. Thank you for showing up for yourself in your life. Thank you for showing up here. And keep moving forward, because you are doing a fantastic job. And as always, negativity, be gone! And do your best, do no harm, and do for yourself every single day, so that you too can eventually do for others. If you find that you're not able to do for others right now, that's okay. It just means that you need to be doing for yourself. And Teo, thank you so much for this wonderful idea and for surprising me every single day. This is such a ride, and I love you so much. And I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Be well. Bye.